When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like Skims or Allbirds, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and great marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling and for shoppers buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. It's home of Shop Pay, the #1 checkout in the world. You can use it to boost conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going through to checkout. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Allbirds uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/income, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/income to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/income.
Hello, everybody. Here at One Hit Thunder, we're committed to creating the best experience for our listeners. To help us learn more about you and what you want to hear, please head to surveymonkey.com/r/FPZY5JQ to take a short survey. Your feedback helps us improve the show and supports the sponsors who make this show possible. As a thank you, you'll be entered into our monthly drawing to win one of two $50 gift cards. If you want a chance to win one, go ahead and grab a pen and jot down this address: surveymonkey.com/r/FPZY5JQ. And thanks for helping us grow the show.
The internet gives us a glimpse into the crazy happening all around us. Unhinged behavior, personal secrets, unbelievable coincidences. It's all one big circus, and the RR Show is your front row seat. Each week, we curate the wildest Reddit stories just for you. Whether you're into hilarious accidents, insane relationship drama, or pure chaos, these insane confessions are sure to make your jaw drop. Listen to the RR Show weekly on Mondays via your favorite podcast platform. Or get your episodes early and ad-free by becoming a member. The RR Show. All of the drama, none of the hassle.
Of course you all know about Beatlemania, but did you know about Mungomania? You probably think that's some kind of joke, but it's not. Mungomania was a real thing. Off the back of the hype from one good festival performance in 1970, Mungo Jerry's In the Summertime went on to become one of the top-selling singles of all time, topping the charts in 20 countries. This week, we're joined by actor and musician Danny Tamberelli to discuss muttonchops, washboards, jug-blowing, drinking and driving, and all the reasons we don't know more songs from Mungo Jerry.
When the sun goes down, you can make it good and live by. When I drag people, when I dirty, when I mean, we love everybody, but we do as we please. When the weather's fine, we go fishing or go sailing in the sea. We're always one hit is all you need to make the money guaranteed, and you can live off royalties forever. And it makes me wonder, is it just a wonder, or is it one hit thunder?
Danny, I'm really excited to have you back on the show to talk about probably, besides DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, Summertime. This is probably the most summertime song of all time. We're talking about Mungo Jerry's In the Summertime. I can't wait to talk about some jug band music with you, man.
Jug band music. Honestly, I like to think of myself as someone who knows a lot about music. This song has been on my children's Good Morning playlist because it has to do with summertime, and there's sun, and there's other songs. So my kids have been listening to this song since they were born, both of them.
Love that.
And I don't think I've ever looked further than this song and the picture on, the app that it comes from. It scares my children because let's face it, he looks like he's Andre the Giant's like half nephew.
Yeah, he's got an unfortunate face. We can be mean.
Those mutton chops are intimidating. That is,
they are, man.
Yeah, I was trying to think like, who has a more distinctive set of mutton chops? So I did some searching of like, what other famous people had mutton chops? It was mostly like presidents. There are some past like Martin Van Buren had a good set of chops.
Who got stuck up my nose in The Adventures of Pete and Pete. The reason he got stuck is because of his dang mutton chops.
Yeah, that's right. There we go. There's a connection.
Yeah, but now we got the tie-in.
Have either of you guys ever had any sort of sideburn or chops going on at any point?
I didn't have sideburns really, but I definitely had a lot of unfortunate facial hair attempts that facial hair doesn't grow right on me. It was like splotchy and bad. So I couldn't have formed a chop if I tried. Okay. But I definitely attempted, a beard that came out close to mutton chops in its patchiness.
Sure.
Well, I never had that opportunity because I get no hair that really grows here at all.
Uh-huh.
And so I could really only grow the, little chin stuff. I call them chin pubes. That's okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what I call them. That's all I can grow. And a mustache. I can get a mustache. It's light. It's orangey red, but nothing on the sides.
There was
doing stuff to my sides, but that would be
right.
That's my some people get cars. You know what I do? I wanted mutton chops.
That's right. My good buddy and bandmate and past One Hit Thunder guest many times, Paul, when I first met him, he was 15 years old and he joined our band around that time. And he had such a iconic set of chops that he had them that came to a point, like a sharp point.
Yeah.
And they were serious. I'm still waiting for them to bring them back because they were good. They were very good. Early 2000s chops.
It's always nice to have that friend who's like 15 and can grow that kind of facial hair to realize that puberty hasn't really hit you yet.
Oh, yeah. But we are here to talk about Mungo Jerry. Now, Mungo Jerry, it is a band, but in essence, we're talking about Ray Dorset, who is from England. And
Stop it. He's English?
He's English.
Yeah. No, he's not.
Is.
No,
yes,
he's not.
he
He's singing about being in a jug band. He's like going out of the river and going fishing and drinking and driving. I guess that.
We'll get to that. No, man, he's English. He formed.
Oh, what? You're blowing my mind.
Yeah. Much like the Beatles, very influenced by skiffle music. Now, skiffle, for anyone who.
Skiffle music. God.
Yep. Skiffle, man. Much like the Beatles, and you'll hear a lot about like English bands from the 60s. Skiffle.
No, it's slim pickings, man. It's slim pickings if that's what you got to go to be like, you know what, I heard that, and I really want to play. Music.
It's music that originated. It actually, skiffle, surprisingly, originated in the U.S. in the 1920s, but then became really popular in England in the 1950s. And basically, just like Mungo Jerry, they're using washboards, they're using jugs, as well as like acoustic guitars. And yeah, apparently very influential. But keep in mind, I guess you don't have a lot to pick from. And at some point, skiffle was like the punk rock.
Yeah.
And I've heard that analogy many times. And I get it, but it's also really hard. Thank God we lived through when we did, right? You know, stuff like that to be like, well, I didn't realize if you put a rubber band on this here broom, it's going to sound great.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you know what? As someone who listens to skiffle sometimes, because of course I do.
Of course you do.
Specifically the bass sound is like kind of iconic. Like the sound of, like you said, rubber bands on a broomstick shoved inside of a washboard that they're slapping, like creates a sound that I really don't think anyone could recreate by any other way. And I mean, I think that's why it kind of went wild in poorer areas around the world. Was like, hey, this is the thing where we can just use household items. We can't afford to buy a guitar, and it actually sounds like really unique and interesting. And like they would write, I mean, the songs are dumb as hell in skiffle a lot of times. It's songs like, does your chewing gum lose its flavor on the bedpost overnight?
Is that the song that you have to be like, you're like driving down the road, you're like, I need a little skiffle right now.
Yeah.
The chewing gum song. That's the
Yeah, and I only know it. I'll tell you a man who loved his skiffle music, and Chris will know where I'm going as soon as I say this name. Jim Henson.
I knew you were going to bring the fucking Muppets into this thing so quick, but it's fine. It's because I was going to say it's very Muppet coded. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say the Muppet Show, Jim Henson would find these very cheap, like obscure records, and there was a lot of skiffle songs that they would have various Muppets cover these skiffle songs from the 40s, 50s, and 60s on the Muppet Show.
We've all seen Kermit play the banjo.
Yeah,
True.
you know, it's just a couple steps away.
Sometimes it was a little funky looking, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you were to listen to Ray of this band, we might be talking about the first song to ever have a beatbox in it as far as he's concerned.
Really?
At least the first song to hit number one. He said that it was the first number one UK hit to employ beatboxing as its percussion. I'm not going to take the time to research that, but that sounds like that could be true.
Sure.
Yeah.
I guess I could, you know, yeah. And then the Fat Boys got a hold of it, and they got a hold of that straw and went.
Yeah.
Oh.
They also got much better at it than
What's the technology on that? I figured out how to use my tongue better.
Yeah. It's awesome. But I all this stuff is cool, and that is a pretty good point that what's more punk than just using what you have? I mean, I've talked about this with my friends before, and Danny, I don't know if you have an experience like this, but when I wanted to start playing music, I wanted to play so bad that I just used what I had and what was available. I found this old guitar that used to be my dad's. My dad didn't play guitar, but at some point when he was young, he had bought one and it sat in the closet for decades, and I got it out and started messing around with it, as did my other friends. We just played through whatever instruments we had because we wanted to play music that bad. And this seems to be the same sort of thing. Guys blowing on jugs and you know, playing on washboards and stuff. It sounds like I need to get this music out of me so bad that I'm going to use whatever is available. And I actually do think that's kind of cool.
I do think that's cool. I did have like an 80s style Kramer white guitar that had no pickup in it.
Sure.
But I had it. And someone gave it to me, and I was like, okay. And then it's kind of how I learned to play guitar. It was like an acoustic electric, and I always wanted to plug it in, but it didn't have a pickup in it.
Right.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to upgrade. You know, people like, start with the acoustic, and then if you like it, blah, blah, blah. Right. I was like right to acoustic electric.
Exactly. Yeah, you take what you got and you get the art out of yourself. And I think that's kind of beautiful. And I think that is kind of the heart of skiffle. I don't know. I'm assuming here. But
yeah, I think you're right. You sold me. I'm no longer cynical about it. I'm just going to, when someone says it was the punk rock of the 40s and 50s, I'm going to just say yes.
That's right.
Yep.
Yes, that's indeed.
Right. That's
right.
Sure
it was.
When I was in school and I would put rubber bands on each end of my desk and stick pencils in it, and then, you know, pluck, put your finger down. And,
see, you played skiffle. You taught yourself skiffle.
Ray, of course, played in a bunch of bands that played a lot of shows in the mid to late 60s. And he was actually like a pretty established guy by the time Mungo Jerry started. The band was first known as The Good Earth. And shortly before the release of the song In the Summertime, they placed an ad in the music press looking for more work. Like, our band needs more work. This promoter and producer named Barry Murray saw the ad that this band wanted more work, but he knew Ray. He had worked with him previously, and then signed what would become Mungo Jerry, Good Earth. And next thing you know, they released this, the first ever maxi single. Now, a maxi single.
I think you're jumping ahead a little bit here.
Okay.
I think we need to talk about the first ever performance under the name Mungo Jerry.
Oh, right, yeah.
So they changed their name to Mungo Jerry, which comes from T.S. Eliot, Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats, which
Of
later
course.
became the musical Cats for Andrew Lloyd Webber. This first show they play is at the Hollywood Music Festival, and they are playing with Black Sabbath, The Grateful Dead, Traffic, and Ginger Baker's Air Force, among others. And this performance was so well received that the organizers were like, you got to play tomorrow's gig as well of this music. Like, it was like a weekend music festival. They played on Friday, and the organizers were like, you're playing Saturday as well now. And this is when everyone just started to lose their minds about this band. And then the next day, I think they put out the maxi single off like the energy of this gig. Like, it was like,
That's crazy.
this is like the most that thing you do as quickly
Yeah.
as this band plays a show. They are the
That
biggest
just goes
thing in
to
the
show
world.
That there's something to be said for, like, I guess it was a pretty different. The Dead and Sabbath are very different, but like, I'm gonna throw a jug band in there, and everyone's like, "No, that's so different."
Well, what I read about it was that at this festival, yeah, you had these big names, but like, I think maybe the weather was bad and the bands were like not into it, and there was just kind of like a bad vibe, like not the vibe everyone wanted. But Mungo Jerry came out, people didn't know who they were, but they just brought such a joy to the performance. They were so happy, and they stood out so much because they were so much different than all the rock bands with the standard, electric guitars, drums, bass setup. And I will tell you, when you go watch some live videos of Mungo Jerry, it is very unique. I mean, you hear it in the recording, but I did not expect to see someone so emphatically blowing on a jug. Like, I was like, this is so, I've never really blown on a jug, but, to be so good at it, to do it so, yeah, it's not easy.
You got too much stuff still in there. You got to empty out that can. That's the problem, Danny.
We'll have a burpee podcast.
Yeah, the hoot sound was Paul. I want to give Paul King credit. Blowing into a glass bottle. The song in the summertime, it was actually one of these deals where it was just a 2-minute song, but then they were like, yo, this is too short. So basically the song just starts over again. It is just the same song.
They just drove a motorcycle and mixed it into the track to replay the song. It's the other example we had of this was Keep On Dancing. When we did Keep On Dancing, they had to play that song twice to get it to radio length because it was like a minute and 15 seconds or something.
So they just put like a background noise to like transition into.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, a real motorcycle.
If you've ever wondered why the song literally stops, a motorcycle drives by and then it starts all over again. It was just to stitch the 2-minute song to become a 4-minute song.
Oh, so it's literally the first 2 verses and chorus. They just cut and pasted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they didn't cut and paste. Oh, they did, but
They literally cut with scissors and put it together with a motorcycle sound between it. But I got to tell you, Danny, I don't know if you knew, of course, we've all heard about Beatlemania. Legitimately, there was Mungomania. This song went to #1 within 2 weeks, stayed there for 7 weeks in the UK, became the year's best-selling single, and get this, it topped the charts in over 20 countries, and in France, it became the fastest-selling single ever. It's estimated that the singles sold over 30 million copies. It's the third best-selling single of all time. And
dear Lord.
Dude, it's crazy. #1 of all time is Bing Crosby, White Christmas. #2 is Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You. And then it's kind of debated whether Mungo Jerry is 3 or 4 because you had Candle in the Wind 1997 after Princess Di died, which was like huge. But regardless, in the summertime, take away Christmas songs and take away Princess Diana dying, like these other things that make those their own thing. This is the top selling single of all time, basically.
That's psychotic.
Well,
It's crazy.
It's the blueprint, okay? The blueprint. You got to sing about driving, meeting people, drinking, and the seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, all those countries have all of those things.
It's pretty wild. In case you guys were wondering, the number 5 all-time best-selling single is "Rock Around the Clock" by Bill Haley and his Comets, and number 6 is Whitney Houston, "I Will Always Love You."
Oh my God!
So there you go.
Think about how many more she sold just with people trying to hit that drum snare.
Yeah.
I like that game. That's a fun game. But yeah, this song is just, it's so feel good. And we will talk about the little bit of controversy with the lyrics. Now, there is a lyric in this song, which I don't think was as big of a deal at the time. This was like something people made a big deal about later, right? Or am I wrong, Matt?
I mean, there's 2 lyrics that jump to my mind as being the questionable ones.
Okay.
And the one we've mentioned, the have a drink, have a drive, go out and see what you can find.
That is problematic.
I think the other one that people question is right after that when he says, if her daddy's rich, take her out for a meal. And if her daddy's poor, just do what you feel.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that one.
Those cross my mind every time I'm like dancing on the bed with my kids and singing the song, being like, have a drink, have it, make sure it's liquor or something that is not alcoholic.
Let's give Ray Dorset the benefit of the doubt a little bit.
Yeah.
Have a drink, have a drive.
Right.
Doesn't have to mean go drunk driving. It could
That's
mean have a drink of lemonade. Just have a little drink, or have one drink and then wait a while, stay under the legal limit, and have a drive. Like,
Well, it seems like Bruce Springsteen was doing the Mungo Jerry when he like pulled over and someone asked him for a shot and he did, and then he got pulled over by a cop.
I will
Nice job, copper.
I will say in the 90s, beloved star Shaggy did a cover. Shaggy. But he says it's Shaggy.
I was going to be like, what?
Yeah, beloved rapper Shaggy off the his follow-up to Boombastic was a cover of In the Summertime, and he did change the drink and drive lyric, but did not change the daddy's rich line. So in his version, he says, in the summertime when the weather's high, you can stretch right up and touch the sky. Now, when the weather is fine, you've got woman on your mind. I'm going to drive out into the light so I can see what I can find.
Drive out into the light. I would have thought Shaggy would have said, have a smoke, have a drive.
yeah, have a toke, have a drive. Hey, I got to tell you too, like, I want to really drive home. Not only was this like this top selling song, but how influential it was. Now I'm going to tell you 2 people that talked about this song that you might not think. One of them, Tom York of Radiohead.
No.
Dude,
Jeez.
Tom York, you wouldn't think, said, my grandma bought me Mungo Jerry's In the Summertime, and man, I still love that song. I saw the video they did and the chops on that guy. Wow. It's a great tune. It really is a great tune. Everything about it is like, what the hell were these people on? Tom York said that in June of 2017. It's not like Tom York is saying this in the 90s. Tom York is still standing by his love of Mungo Jerry. And Matt Kelly, I don't know if you saw this. I know this is right up your alley. Mike Scott of the Waterboys.
Oh!
Yeah. Said, the first song I ever learned to play and the first song I ever performed publicly at a school lunchtime concert in Edinburgh was when I was 12 years old, was In the Summertime. He also said that in 2017. These are like, I don't know, like people from the world of alternative
Pretty
rock.
influential, yeah.
Influential.
Like their words have gravitas behind them.
That's right.
Well, I mean, the reality is, like, there are so few songs that sound like this. You know what I mean? Like, I can understand why, it's kind of like it's not an exact comparison, but like I remember the first time I heard like ska music, I was like, what is this? Like just this, like it did not fit with anything else that I was hearing on the radio at that time. Like you can put horns in punk music like this. That's really interesting. Like I can understand like listening to the radio in 1970 and all of a sudden this song comes on. And it both sounds unlike it sounds like nothing you've ever heard, and it's catchy as hell. Like it's an earworm of a song at the exact same time. Like, oh, you can make weird music and it be like catchy. Like that's so straight, because at that point, what's your weird music is like Frank Zappa. You know what I mean? And Zappa's not getting on the radio with his weird music. They're not playing Revolution number 9 off the White Album on the radio. So you're like, oh, someone cracked the code on how to do really strange music that's radio friendly.
We were spoiled in the 90s. We had plenty of weird music to listen to. We could listen to Ween, or They Might Be Giants, or whatever. At this era, your weirdness was limited, especially like you didn't
just
have
Mungo.
It was Mungo or nothing, man. You either got on board with Mungo, you were one of the 30 million who were in Mungo's corner, or you weren't. And I don't even know that Ray Dorset and Mungo Jerry knew, because this was such a whirlwind. It happened so fast that when this hit, Ray was still working in a lab at Timex. He worked for Timex at the time and had to be asked for time off from his job making watches to perform on Top of the Pops. Like that's so cool. He's like a working man in the summertime. Now, surprisingly, for how huge this song was, not a number 1 song in the US. It went to number 3 in the US on September 12th of 1970, behind two songs.
What a fucking top 5 this week has. This is a great top 5.
Well, we will say that we'll save what's number 1 for a second, but this was the week of the debut of Fire and Rain from James Taylor. It debuted at number 83 that week. Songs that it was above, at number 18, Rubber Ducky from Ernie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. 13 at this moment, Signed, Sealed, Delivered, I'm Yours from Stevie Wonder. God damn, what a jam.
13.
Number 10 at this moment, Spill the Wine from Eric Burdon and War.
Yeah.
So good. So good. Instantly puts me at Boogie
That
Nights.
has a little bit of a similar.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little more, you know, it's not as stripped down, but like,
right.
I can kind of feel like that's like a little left of the dial in that moment as well.
Yeah, the vibes are right. The summertime vibes, the by the pool feeling, for sure. Now, the top 5. Number 5 was Looking Out My Back Door from CCR. 4 was 25 or 6 to 4 from Chicago. Yeah. Then you had In the Summertime at 3. At number 2, Ain't No Mountain High Enough from Diana Ross. Yeah.
That version of it?
That version of it. And the number 1 song, and probably rightfully so. Now, it's such a, I'm going to use such a podcast word on you guys, but it's such a juxtaposition from In the Summertime that the number 1 song, keep in mind, this is prime Vietnam War from Edwin Starr was the number 1 song at this time. Such a badass fucking song.
Yeah.
It is.
That one's hard to beat. I can understand why Mungo Jerry was sitting at number 3 there.
Yeah.
I want to also just give a quick shout out to 2 other songs that debuted at this time, just because I think that they're equally noteworthy debuts. Right below Fire and Rain from James Taylor was We've Only Just Begun from the Carpenters, which is a great song that debuted at 84. And at 96, far from his most beloved song, but it was his lead single, his first charting single in the States, The Border Song by Elton John, debuted at 96. Now, shortly after that, a couple months later, Your Song comes out from Elton John, and then Elton John begins his trajectory of being Elton John. But, you know, it's around that time. It's around
and makes
this
a couple
moment.
really good records.
So After this success, we're now into March of 1971. Mungo Jerry had their second number one hit in the UK with Baby Jump. Then they were about to have a third number one hit in the UK with Lady Rose, but the single was temporarily withdrawn from sale on the order of the public prosecutor's office due to complaints about the inclusion of the traditional song Have a Whiff on Me on grounds that it advocated the use of cocaine. Which I don't know. I could imagine Mungo Jerry was doing some cocaine. He looks like the most cocaine guy I've ever seen.
Hey there, One Hit Thunder listeners. Are you ready to take your music to the next level? Well, get ready to rock because this episode is brought to you by DistroKid, the ultimate digital music distribution service for artists like you. With DistroKid, you can easily upload your songs or albums to online stores and streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube Music, reaching fans all around the globe. But that's just the beginning. DistroKid offers a ton of awesome features like Hyperfollow, which helps you promote your releases and get pre-saves on your songs, all for free. But wait, there's more. The DistroKid app is now available on iOS and Android. With the app, you can manage your releases, track your streaming stats, and even withdraw your earnings, all from the palm of your hand. And for those looking to perfect their sound, check out Mixia. This powerful tool allows you to put the finishing touches on your tracks in minutes, ensuring they sound polished and professional every time. But that's not all. DistroKid has just launched a brand new feature called Instant Share, allowing you to easily share large files securely with collaborators, producers, and more. With Instant Share, you can keep your music streaming at the highest quality while making the best impression possible. So what are you waiting for? Elevate your music career today with DistroKid and unlock a world of possibilities. Possibilities that I know all about because I've been using DistroKid for years. It's seriously great. If you haven't used it before, you're going to love it. And One Hit Thunder listeners get an exclusive offer, 30% off your first year with DistroKid by signing up at distrokid.com/VIP/OneHitThunder. That's distrokid.com/VIP/OneHitThunder.
Remember when James Cameron nearly directed a Spider-Man movie?
What about when we almost got Batman Year One with Joaquin Phoenix?
Or David Goyer's Flash movie that would have starred Ryan Reynolds?
Well, if you want to learn about all the unmade superhero movies, then check out Superhero Stuff You Should Know.
Hosted by Ben Wan and Alex Ramsey, every month we cover nostalgic superhero movies with deep dives into unmade scripts, early drafts, deleted scenes, alternate cuts, concept art, novelizations, and tie-in novels.
We also interview the people involved in making the superhero films of our childhood, with our past guests including superhero actors, directors, screenwriters, and concept artists.
So remember, that's Superhero Stuff You Should Know or Superhero SYSK on social media. Check us out on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts.
All of these songs are on the 1971 album called Electronically Tested, which was actually the second Mungo Jerry album. And the title of that album, Electronically Tested, comes from the guarantee on a packet of Durex condoms. Electronically tested. But by 1972, it's all falling apart. They did some grueling touring. The band called a meeting to fire Ray, but then that plan fell apart. And because Ray basically is, like, you can't really be Mungo Jerry without Ray. And then what happened was the opposite thing. The whole band was fired except for Ray. The other guys went on to start a band called the King Earl Boogie Band, which critics kind of liked. But the problem is that these other musicians that started the King Earl Boogie Band, it was cut. They were part of the magic. Now we know that Ray Dorset being the voice and the face of the band was important, but they were also part of the magic. The jug band thing kind of went out of style. People moved on from Mungo Jerry to artists like T-Rex. After that, it was basically Ray Dorset recording under the brand name Mungo Jerry. And it's so weird. Like, a lot of times I'll describe people as being like Forrest Gumpy in their life or their career or whatever, their story. he had some like random success over the years. He later had a #1 hit in South Africa with a cover of Knocking on Heaven's Door. Why?
I do want to point out one thing that happened in 1976 that probably means nothing to 99% of the listening audience. But I had to look this up and I was like, holy crap. On his solo run, he put out the one solo album, Cold Blue Excursion. And the single that they released from that was banned by the BBC, the song Plastic Jesus. And I was like, is this the song I think it is? And it was. So back in the day, when there was the Hamster Dance website that we all visited as kids of the 90s, immediately there was a spin-off website called Jesus Dance, where a bunch of GIFs of Jesus dancing played underneath a song called Plastic Jesus, and it was this song. I was like, holy crap, this is what that song is.
Wow. You brought up the Shaggy cover, so we don't need to talk about that. That was in 1995. It was actually on the same single as Boombastic, and that went to #3 in August of 1995. For years, Bob Dylan used In the Summertime as his sound check song at shows, where often it lasted over 10 minutes. You could turn your nose up at Mungo Jerry and almost consider it like a novelty hit, but Tom York, Waterboys, Bob Dylan, Shaggy.
All of the greatest minds in music.
Laugh about Shaggy too, but Shaggy was like one of the biggest reggae artists of the 90s for sure. There's a version of In the Summertime by Billy Idol, Slash, and Derek Sherinian, I guess, who used to be in Dream Theater, from the 2006 album Blood of the Snake. Derek from Dream Theater said it was his favorite song as a child. So Dream Theater, who I'm not like a big Dream Theater guy, but I think like music nerds absolutely love Dream Theater. People that are like interested in crazy time signatures and progressive music, so that add that to the list. In 1980, this just adds to Ray Dorsett's story a little bit. Scottish disco singer Kelly Marie recorded a song called Feels Like I'm in Love, which was written by Ray. That song went to #1 on the UK singles chart. Ray originally wrote that song with Elvis in mind. That was supposed to be a song for Elvis, but then Elvis died before he could record it. But this Kelly Marie recorded it, and it became a hit anyway. If you need any more proof that Ray Dorset / Mungo Jerry is the real deal, he, under the Mungo Jerry name, all through the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and now the 2020s, has released 18 albums. In fact, he's 80 years old right now. From the time we're recording this, it was a couple of weeks ago that he announced he has a new album coming out called Undefinable. Actually, it did come out. It came out on May 22nd of this year. And he made the announcement with the new song, Stand Up. And it is, from what I remember, it's been a few days since I listened to it. It's kind of like a song about standing up to the man. Yeah. Honestly, it's not a very good song. No offense, Ray, but you got to respect 80-year-old Ray Dorset out there putting out new music. It's pretty awesome.
I was listening to the radio and someone said new Dion, and I was like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Like,
I tried.
Hey, I didn't know he was alive. Sorry. But, and then two, I mean, that's 70 years. That's 70 years of making music, that guy.
That's amazing. In fact, I reached out in the past couple months to Dion of Dion and the Belmonts to try to get him to come on Krista Makes a Podcast, and just like struck out but that's someone I've been trying to get. Like, what? Yeah, that's another person. Man, it's awesome when you got Paul McCartney and Mungo Jerry and Dion out there still making music. That's pretty cool.
all three that had manias at some point in their lives.
That's right.
That's right. Well, look, we're going to talk Thunder or Blunder here, but before we do that, do you guys want to play a game? I brought a Mungo Jerry game.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, you can buzz in. If you know the answer, you can buzz in by saying...
Summertime?
or Mungo, whatever. How about Mungo?
All right, Mungo.
If you can get it without the multiple choice, it's worth 2 points. If you guys both agree you need the multiple choice, it would be worth 1 point. If you try to answer without the multiple choice and get it wrong, it'll be -1. So we got 7 total questions. Danny, I'm rooting for you. I'm sick of Matt beating people. I believe in you, Danny.
Okay.
Okay. According to Wikipedia, only 14 physical singles have ever sold 15 plus million copies. Only 14. One of them is a song from Greece. Which song is it?
Mungo.
Go ahead, Matt.
You're the one that I want.
God damn it. You're right.
Yeah, that's true. I wanted to say Grease Lightning. I was like, that's not right.
Yeah. Okay. Matt got 2 points. You're fine. Anybody's game still. Question 2. In the same month, September of 1970, that In the Summertime hit its Billboard peak, Michael Mickey Melchiondo Jr. was born, who is known by a stage name and is a founding member of what band from New Hope, PA?
Mungo.
Go ahead.
Ween.
That's correct. Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's Dean Ween. That's Dean Ween. Mickey.
Chris, here's my favorite part about this, because I had to pause for a second to think about this. This episode is coming out literally the week after our Mickey episode with Tony Basil, where the question was also that this person was born with this name. God damn it. All right. I was like, he wouldn't do the same question 2 episodes in a row.
I didn't know I already had that question ready to go, but okay. All right, it's 2-2. In the Summertime was featured in season 1, episode 16 of what show, in which the family takes a day vacation to the water park, all except for Dewey, who has to stay home with his elderly babysitter, Mrs. White, who is played by B. Arthur.
Mungo. Yeah. Malcolm in the Middle.
Okay. Danny, did you also know that one?
Yeah, I like to keep tabs on Pete and Pete wannabe shows.
Yeah, people ripping you off.
Oh, damn! That's
I like to see. That's why I have blinders.
Hey, that is so awesome, dude. I want to know, what other shows would you say are Pete and Pete wannabe shows?
I mean, that was really the one, like, for kids, but aesthetically, like Scrubs.
Ooh.
And that also has a lot to do with John Inwood, who was the DP on Pete and Pete.
Okay.
So, like, visually and sort of like, the cutaway stuff and all that stuff was very much a Pete and Pete.
I can see that.
Also even like a Hal Hartley, I think that's started Hal Hartley. Those guys did Pete and Pete, and then Pete and Pete did other stuff. Those people did other things, but we're like,
Danny,
right there.
I don't want to suck up to you too bad here, but you are part of one of the most, maybe the most groundbreaking, one of the most groundbreaking kids shows of all time. Like you know that, right?
I do. I do. I own it. I do know.
Well, because you go to conventions and get praised by people who are like, this show meant so much to me. I'm curious.
That's like the nicest thing. There's two things that really get me when people say that it like got them through something or made them like realize their love for being weird or the style of music, and then saying that they have kids and they show it to their kids. And that's passing down of the generation is like really. I'm not there with my son yet. He's still like, your dad, like get out of here. You won't even watch my products.
I also think that for me, when it came out, it was too weird for me. I didn't like it. And then like in college, I went back and I was like, oh, this show's fucking brilliant. Like it was kind of one of those first examples where I was like, oh, this is like truly a kid show that was made for the adults that were also watching this show, because its reference points are so out there and its cameos are like, no kid was watching being like, Iggy Pop.
I got to tell you, I'm going to tell you, Danny, The thing that I think of, and we'll get back to the game in a second, but I do want to nerd out on you for 1 second. A show capturing a feeling is when I was a kid, that last day of summer before you had to go back to school. Never has a show captured what that feels like more than your episode about the last day of summer. Because I mean, I think a lot of kids maybe are excited to go back to school. I was not. I loved summer. Like summer was the greatest. And that really captured like the sadness or something when I think about that episode, man. It's so good.
Yeah, they did a great job of being able to harness what they felt as children, as adults, and brought it to us. And we were kind of like, oh yeah, no, I get that. Sure.
Yeah, but through a Twin Peaks lens.
Beat up the ocean. My kids beat up the ocean now. That's something they don't even realize. I told them to do it. They have no idea it's a Pete and Pete reference. I'm like, oh,
I love that.
You know, we go down to Wildwood the end of the summertime right before school starts and we get them in the water. I'm like, you're punching those waves, dude.
I love that.
Which, you know, there's got to be someone who recognizes you and then recognizes that it's your children punching the waves. And it's like, it's all true. It's all full circle.
That's why we do it in Wildwood. So people are just like, oh, I don't know. I did too much last night.
All right. So we'll get back to the game. It's 4-2, Matt. We still got 4 questions to go. Let's talk about another summertime song. Summertime by DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince was released in May of 1991. This song is based around a sample of Summer Madness by what Jersey City-based band?
Oh, that's not fair. I should know that.
Yeah. Oh. Do you want to ask for multiple choice, Danny?
Yeah, I might need it.
So the sample in Summertime from DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince was based around the sample of Summer Madness by what Jersey City-based band? A, Earth, Wind, and Fire. B, Kool and the Gang. C, The Gap Band. Or D, Chic.
Mungo.
Go ahead.
I'm going to go with C?
That is incorrect. That is incorrect.
Okay.
So, Danny, you got a 1 in 3 chance here.
I will say KC in the Sunshine Band. Was that 3 as well?
That wasn't even an option.
Wait, that means because I was thinking of Kool and the Gang.
It was Kool and the Gang.
Okay. All right. Casey and the Sunshine Band is not my final answer.
Okay.
Kool and the Gang is my final answer.
Okay. We'll give you credit.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I knew what he meant. Those are very, honestly, if there was ever 2 bands that you could get confused, it's the 2 of them.
That's true. I would. Okay.
Okay. It's 4-3. Speaking of summertime, which artist released the hit Feels Like Summer in the July of 2018, featuring an animated music video in which the artist is walking through a neighborhood full of famous rappers and R&B singers?
Fuck, I know this song and I cannot remember who does it.
Oh, you're. This is the wrong tree for me.
All right, multiple choice then, I guess.
So which artist released Feels Like Summer in July of 2018, featuring an animated music video in which they're walking through a neighborhood full of famous rappers and R&B singers? A, Drake. B, Kendrick Lamar. C, Childish Gambino. Or D, Janelle Monáe.
Mungo.
Go ahead.
Barb's going to be so pissed at me. C, Childish Gambino.
Yeah, why didn't you know that?
Because I don't listen to as much newer Childish Gambino, but I know the song title because it shows up in Barb's car all the time.
Dude.
On like the little display thing. I'm like, oh, she's going to hear this episode and be so angry.
Dude, those 2 songs, he put out like a 2-song little EP.
The summer EP. It's so good.
Feels Like Summer and Summertime Magic. Those 2 songs are incredible. And I wish the 3rd song on it was that song that he did on Saturday Night Live that's from that Guava Island movie that he never released as a single. It's only in Guava Island. Bump, bump. Bump, bump. I don't know. You have to, I forget what it's even called. But it's so good. Okay. Matt, you got a 5-3 lead. It's anybody's game still. We got 2 questions left. 4 years before Mungo Jerry hit it big within the summertime, What Canadian American folk rock band hit number one with Summer in the City?
Mungo.
Go.
That would be, oh my gosh, Guess Who?
That is incorrect, Danny. I'm sorry.
Dang
All right,
it.
hit me with the multiple choice because I know I'm thinking of the wrong song.
Well, this is Hot Time Summer in the City. Back of my
Oh, that
neck.
is what it is. Okay.
Oh, Mungo.
Fuck. All right.
You
Well,
know
it's
it
too
now.
late. You gotta wait. All right, give me the multiple choice.
A, the Lovin' Spoonful. B, the band. C, the Guess Who. Or D, the Birds.
The first thing that jumped in my head was Loving Spoonful, so I'm going to go with A, Loving Spoonful.
That is correct. That is correct. That song's incredible.
Yep.
Dude, I always think of that. Like, that's
I can't believe I screwed that up. And then that was one of your, Guess Who was in your little bag of fake ones.
It was.
Questions. Dang it.
Unfortunately, Danny, Matt has now taken an insurmountable lead.
Yeah, stay on your velvet throne.
But,
Just for the record, the song I was thinking of was Hot Child in the City by Nick Later, and I'm like, that's not correct, but also Canadian.
we'll do the last question just for fun. In the Summertime was featured in what 2022 horror film starring Mia Goth in dual roles?
Oh, Mungo.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to remember which one it is in this franchise. X?
That's correct.
Okay.
Whatever, Matt. Nobody cares.
Monster.
Nobody
You are
cares
a
that you won.
monster.
This is the summer of Kelly, baby. I'm going undefeated all summer. That's my prediction.
Well, I've had a blast discussing Mungo Jerry with you guys, but we've come to the point where we got to decide. Mungo Jerry, thunder or blunder? Now, the arguments could be made like this is such an amazing song that you got to go thunder, but the other side of the coin could be this is a blunder because there's not other great songs or whatever. I don't know. We'll go around and decide. We'll start with Danny. Danny, you think thunder or blunder for Mungo Jerry?
I mean, I guess from all the information that you've given me today, knowing that there was another number one in England, there was maybe a third one that got pulled.
Right.
And that, like, now, if you pull a song like that, more people would be listening to it. That would probably blow up even more. Like, ooh, it's banned. Yeah, let's get it. His influence knows no bounds. His lyrics could be refined, but I think part of that charm of that song is the accessibility, even if you don't know what he's singing until you do, and then you just take it out of context and you're fine. So I'm going to say thunder.
Okay. All right. Matt?
I'm going to join in on that sentiment, actually. I think if anyone's the blunder, it's the United States for not even getting this song to number one and not getting wrapped up in Mungo Mania as it happened. Because when I listened to a few of his other songs, I was into it. I liked one of his later singles in the 70s, You Don't Have to Be in the Army to Fight the War. Like, I was like, this song's pretty good. Like, there was a couple songs that I liked. I'm not gonna run out and buy some CDs or anything from them, but I didn't hate my time researching this band, which I was very prepared for this to be one of those, like, this song's great and everything else is like painfully bad. I'm gonna give them the thunder, I think.
Well, I think that we got Mungomania over here on One Hit Thunder because I'm going thunder too. This is a certified thunder. Ray Dorsett, you got to look out for your notarized certificate in the mail because you have been officially named Thunder by the One Hit Thunder podcast. One of the biggest honors in all of music. A bigger honor, I would say, than selling 30 million copies of your album. I think this is
for sure.
This is the important part. And the other important part is, Danny, for anyone listening who likes you, likes the things you do, likes the art you create, where and when can they find you?
where and when.
Where and how, and every other question.
There's DannyTamberelli.com. There's jounce.org. We have a new record coming out that we will be out the end of October, I believe, or the beginning of November, about end of first of whatever. So you go to jounce.org and you can grab that. We'll be putting up a pre-order soon, produced by Bryce Goggin, who did so many good, all like the Great Pavement records and Space Hog. He did Space Hog. He did In the Meantime. He did that whole.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
He's really, really cool and like totally gets it. He also works with Fish and like other, that adjacent. So I feel like the connection of like my jammy youth and my punk rock adolescence really just like combined. So it was really, really cool. So look for that.
Hell yeah.
I have a podcast network, Seltzer Kings. Check out podcasts on there. Danny and Mike is more of a legacy podcast these days since we're both doing lots of dad duties. He's got 3. I have 2. I'm not keeping count, but I am. And what else? That's, go if you like reading books or you're listening to books. My wife and I have written 2 rom-coms, and you can grab them wherever you like to read or listen. Because we also did, Mara Wilson and I did, we did the audiobooks.
Nice.
So 2 people, 2-person POV. So it's like a fun experience. You could even read along while you're listening.
There you go.
Just my sense.
Dude, you're prolific as hell. You're like the Mungo Jerry of. You're a real Mungo Jerry.
You know what? I think we should start coining that as like instead of saying a good shit.
Yeah.
Like, you're a real Mungo Jerry, People will think you're strange. But no more strange than a guy that looked like a biker with the hair and the chops, but also he really he just gives me such hard Andre the Giant mini vibes. It's just what I get when I see his face.
This has been One Hit Thunder. One Hit Thunder is hosted by Chris Afalios of the band Punchline and produced by Matt Kelly of Geekscape.net. Underneath me, you're hearing 70 off the Punchline album Delightfully Pleased. Go to punchlinemusic.com for any upcoming news on the band. Our podcast is on Patreon now. Find us at patreon.com/OHT podcast for early access to episodes, bonus conversations, and a chance to vote for future songs for us to cover. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to us on any podcasting app, and tune in next week for more One Hit Thunder.
I've seen friends become successful and then be a friend no more. I've had my share of heartache, felt like throwing in the towel. But one thing is for sure, I'm feeling good right now.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network.
Have you ever wondered why songs on the radio are popular? Why do certain movies get made, even though the premise seems completely random? Why are concert tickets costing you $3,000, but nobody makes any money touring? Well, on my podcast, Breaking Down the Biz, we answer all those questions and more. I'm Seth Schackner. I have over 2 decades of experience in the entertainment and the music industry, and every week I talk to insiders that lend insight and expertise on the media you know and love, past, present, and future. Subscribe now on your favorite podcasting platform or watch us on YouTube so you never miss a beat. Let's make sense of this industry together.
The internet gives us a glimpse into the crazy happening all around us. Unhinged behavior, personal secrets, unbelievable coincidences. It's all one big circus, and the RR Show is your front row seat. Each week, we curate the wildest Reddit stories just for you. Like how her future husband is definitely too close to his mother, or how a guy got revenge on his awful boss by making him lose a major client, or how a wakeboarding mishap sent a blast of water up where the sun doesn't shine. Whether you're into hilarious accidents, insane relationship drama, or pure chaos, these insane confessions are sure to make your jaw drop. Don't miss out on the stories everyone is talking about. Listen to the RR Show weekly on Mondays via your favorite podcast platform, Or get your episodes early and ad-free by becoming a member. The RR Show. All of the drama, none of the hassle.